Hello, cousins. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Big Mama Cooks, and here I make mom level recipes made easy, and I air fry them too. Today's recipe is going to be a crowd favorite. These are my mom's honey lime ribs. If you've had these once, you're going to want them again. And get ready, because if you bring these to a family gathering, they're going to ask you to bring it every time. Let's get right to it. I'm going to be working with a pack of pork spare ribs, a jumbo pack, and it's close to 4 pounds. Just a month ago, I paid $13 for this same pack of ribs. This is crazy. All of the ingredients will be listed in the bottom bar, but I'm going to walk you through everything that I'm doing. After I washed and cleaned my ribs with ample limes and cold water, I'm going to be using 4 yellow seasoning packets, some Dominican ground oregano, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, some black pepper, some soy sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire. Bueno, en español se dice salsa inglesa. Also going to be adding some lemon juice and 4 tablespoons of my sofrito. Then I'm going to go ahead and mix everything really well together to get this sazon really well combined and these flavors going. Next, I'm going to cover my ribs with aluminum foil, and I'm going to pop them in the refrigerator to let them marinate. It was about 11 a.m. when I put my ribs in the fridge to marinate, and I took them out at around 2:30, so I gave them a good 3.5 hours of marinating. Next, when it's time to start cooking, I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Remember, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Next, I'm going to place my ribs into an aluminum pan for baking. All I'm going to do is arrange them so that they fit into the full sheet aluminum pan. Then I'm going to cover my pan in aluminum foil to get them ready for baking. The reason it's important to preheat your oven is so that your oven is already hot and ready to go once you place your food in the oven. So I'm going to place my pan into the middle rack of my oven. This is going in the middle rack of my oven for 1 hour. Set a timer. And while my ribs are in the oven, I'm going to start working on my honey lime barbecue sauce. So I'm going to be working 7 limes, and I always roll them out first so I can tenderize them and get the most juice out of them. I'm going to juice all 7 limes, and then I'm going to go ahead and add an entire jar of barbecue sauce. My personal favorite is the mesquite flavored barbecue sauce. It has this awesome smokiness that tastes kind of like real barbecue sauce. I hope you follow. I'm going to mix it up really well together, and then it's on to the honey. I used about 2 cups of honey for this large batch of honey lime barbecue sauce. Usually I use only half the amount of all of these ingredients for the honey lime barbecue sauce, but since I was bringing this to a barbecue, I wanted to have lots of extra sauce because everyone loves this sauce. So I added 2 cups of honey, and it was perfect. Then I went ahead and added a teaspoon of salt, mixed everything really well together, and the sauce was absolutely perfect. When our timer hits that 1 hour mark and it's time to take our ribs out of the oven, all I'm going to do is drain the excess liquid that formed at the bottom of the pan. You see all that liquid? All I'm going to do is drain it. And then I'm going to add the first layer of honey lime barbecue sauce to my ribs. I'm going to add ample sauce all over my ribs, and then this is going to go back into the oven uncovered. This time I'm going to place my pan on the quote-unquote floor of the oven. You see that bottom layer? This is going to go on the floor of my oven. I'm going to raise my temperature to 450 degrees, and this is going to go for 10 minutes. At the end of those 10 minutes, we're going to repeat the process. So I'm going to take my ribs out of the oven again. I'm going to add the remaining honey lime barbecue sauce, baste them in sauce, and then I'm going to put these right back into the oven for another 10 minutes at 450. At the end of those last 10 minutes at 450, when we take our ribs out of the oven, we have to remove them from the original pan immediately, because if not, they will get stuck. And if you try to remove the ribs, they're going to get stuck on the pan. You're going to have more meat stuck on the pan than on the bone. So make sure you transfer them right away while it's still hot to a new pan. I personally like to transfer my ribs to a smaller aluminum pan because it just looks better on the plate, it looks better on the table, and people gravitate more when they think there's less. I added a last coat of honey lime barbecue sauce, garnished with some dried parsley and some limes, and that's it. I brought it to the barbecue and it was a hit. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, cousin. Let me know what you think about it. See you again next time.